Welcome back to the Hotep Money Channel, where we cover the latest in artificial intelligence and finance news. I'm your host, Hotep Jesus. Without further ado, let's get into today's update. Micron Tech has some ominous news for us. There is a memory chip shortage. And they're saying it has accelerated over the past quarter and reiterated that the crunch will last beyond this year due to a surge in demand for high-end semiconductors required for AI infrastructure. The shortage we are seeing is really unprecedented, according to the Micron Executive Vice President of Operations. They say here, consuming so much of the available capacity across the industry that it's leaving a tremendous shortage for the conventional side of the industry for phones or PCs. Autonomous vehicles and humanoid robots are also driving up demand. They're also saying that global smartphone shipments may decline 2.1% this year as a shortage of memory chips drives up costs and squeezes production. So the conspiracy theorists, I may have said this in the previous update, but the conspiracy theorists basically say we might have to rent out compute power. Like, we might not have a home PC. Like, that might not be a thing. If you're a part of the poor, you will have to rent compute power because there is a chip shortage. Anyway, the good news is if you're invested in Micron, stock's probably going to go up in the long term. Semiconductor industry, memory. If you're SanDisk is another Tigger. If you're in these equities, these companies, you're probably going to do really well because there's a shortage in memory. But they're saving all of this stuff for the commercial space, and the personal retail space is not getting preferential treatment. So that's going to be interesting to see how that shapes up. And of course, that means the price of cell phones and everything go up. This weekend, Trump has teased tariffs. Apparently February 1st, we're going to have like some tariff teases. And the futures market did react. At 6 p.m. Eastern time, when the futures market opened, it dropped. And Bitcoin followed right behind that. There was a drop in both markets following. Now, in the meantime, it has chewed up some of that. Oil has done the opposite. Oil dropped a little bit. If you check out crude on the futures market, oil chewed that up and is in the plus since that has happened, since the futures market has opened on Sunday. So it's going to be interesting to see how this week unfolds. And with Tuesday's stock market being the start of the trading week, it's going to be interesting to see how things pan out. There is several earnings this week. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button right now. Hit the like and subscribe button. I'm giving y'all these gems. Netflix earning is tomorrow, Tuesday, and there's a bunch of earnings this week. I'll keep you updated on that daily as that happens. I think we have a bunch of banks. Yeah, there's a bunch of banks reporting earnings. I think SoFi is this week as well. So look out for that, because if those earnings come back bad, that could be the start of the downturn for the greater market, the S&P 500, et cetera, et cetera. In the meantime, the New York Stock Exchange has teased 24-hour trading. According to the Kalshi, they said New York Stock Exchange says they're going to do 24-hour trading, but that's going to be on-chain. That's going to be on-chain. So it's going to be a little bit different. So it's going to be interesting to see how that pans out and how that affects the trading markets. Also, going back to what we were talking about before with the memory chips. So Simple Mining says the IRS is giving you a 100% write-off for buying Bitcoin miners, ? It says under the tax law, Bitcoin mining hardware qualifies for 100% bonus depreciation. That means if you are a business owner or investor, you can write off the entire cost of your miners this year. So one of my predictions is AI is the new Bitcoin. So all the big miners, like we saw last week, I believe it was with Riot. Was it Riot? It might have been Riot, and they sold off like 1,000 Bitcoin and then rented out their facilities, those miners, to NVIDIA for AI purposes. So AI is the new Bitcoin, which means what's going to happen to the Bitcoin network? Well, less miners means less difficulty. So what I think is going to happen, especially when the last when the last block reward hits, your dog's gonna mine Bitcoin. Like your toaster is gonna mine Bitcoin. Your microwave is gonna mine Bitcoin. Like that's. I think they're trying to offload Bitcoin mining onto the common people, and your heartbeat might mine Bitcoin. I'm getting super, conspiracy theorist here, but I'm just going to the extreme so you guys understand what our future looks like. So look out for that, because our world is about to change. And I said before 2028, what I call the period that we're in now, I call it the final chapter. And more proof of that comes in this last report we're going to cover today, which is coming from the Trump administration. Kobisi letter says, breaking, President Trump is asking countries who want to serve on his board of peace to contribute at least $1 billion, right? So it says here, the $1 billion buy-in would grant 3 years of membership to the board. Trump has already invited a number of world leaders to the board, including Argentina's Javier Milei, Canada's Mark Carney. There is some speculation that this will be Trump's rival to United Nations. More information coming shortly. So Trump is building his own United Nations. Like I said, this is the final chapter, and what the new looks like, I don't know. I'm still studying and speculating, did a ton of reading this weekend. So just check back, hit the like and subscribe button. I'll keep everybody updated. I'm out of here. I'll see y'all tomorrow.
I remember when you was training me, man, when it was training day, like Denzel.
Nothing can stop me, I'm all the way up.